The audience feedback received allowed me to identify on the places where my group and I went wrong with our concept and narrative. Audience feedback was constructed through social media platforms such as YouTube. Through YouTube, I uploaded my rough cut and received comments from my audience or who my music video appealed to. And the comments suggested that they believed it was an amazing concept and that it was a sad song, which made them feel emotional. They also said that it was enjoyable and very indie. One person even commented asking where it can be purchased, where the song can be purchased. These comments allowed me to know what we did wrong and where we went well as a group. For example, I forgot to put a link in the description box for the artist's website, and there were comments asking where they could access more information. So it was important to make sure that a website link was included to allow the audience to find out more about Nico Johnson. YouTube was really good to use as firstly, it allowed us to reach a wider audience on a global scale, as 1 billion people use YouTube, with over 4 billion videos viewed daily. This wider audience meant that Nico Johnson would be able to create a fan base in many countries and would mean that he would have many consumers to target, which would lead to more profits. Even though indie is a niche market, YouTube allows you to reach many people worldwide who meet your criteria. So in my experience, it was my target audience that I needed to appeal to, which are people between the ages of 15 to 25 who enjoyed indie music. Through this worldwide feedback, I was able to read and identify what my audience opinions on my music video and rough cut were. Through features on YouTube such as subscribers, likes, seeing the traffic on your channel and so on, it allowed me to identify what they liked, why they liked it, and how it could be improved in my final cut, and what I can take on board when creating another music video or production in the future. It was essential to evaluate our work in order to develop and enhance the music video, in order to put out what our target audience want to see and what would make it more entertaining for them. I also had to carry out primary research such as a class questionnaire. This video was viewed privately to typical consumers of my media products, music video, rough cut and ancillary text. With the viewers fitting my target audience specification, being aged 15 to 25 and having an interest in indie music, it was perfect. The private showing did only display the music video rough cut, but from this I found out that they liked what they liked about it and how it could be improved. When I made my final cut, I found out that the audience were not clear on the narrative and didn't understand if the artist had run away or not. To ensure that there was clarity of the narrative, I decided to add more shots of the father, family and artist lifestyle to the music video. Therefore, the audience would understand the narrative more clearly, as I did not want the audience to be confused, as this would lead to them having a negative view of the representation of my artist and his musical ability. And as a result, they may not be entertained, so it was important to make sure that it was clear for them to understand. My target audience also said that they missed out on vital information of the narrative in the beginning of the music video due to dark camera shots. And the beginning of the music video is very important because it gives the producer, director and artist the chance to capture the audience's attention. If the beginning is not well put together, the audience may lose interest in watching the rest of the production. So I then had to make sure that the lighting was not too dark. As personally, I felt that these shots created mystery. I thought that the dark lighting created mystery. But as a fact, it didn't. It actually made the audience unclear on the narrative. Because mystery is conventional to the indie genre, but it didn't work in this way. I had to redo the color balance on Final Cut Pro X, but also had to refilm these shots in daylight to ensure that the shots were clear and easy to display what was going on in the music video, so the audience are confident in understanding the artist's representation and what he's trying to portray to them, what he's trying to convey to them. Another thing that my audience picked up on was the fact that bypassers were distracting and removing the seriousness away from the meaning and connotation of the lyrics. For example, one of our teachers and viewers from the private viewing noticed that there was a woman in a brightly coloured coat that was taking away the attention from the music video, and it had no relevance to the music video either. So I had to refilm. We had to refilm this. Because at the beginning we didn't notice it being a problem. But once we viewed it to our target audience, we realised that it was something that we needed to change and refilm. It wasn't great because when we had to redo shots, it slowed the process down and made us waste time when we could be focusing on other areas. But it was also good to know where we went wrong, to know where we can improve in the future as well. As without this feedback, I wouldn't have noticed all these errors. And I would not have been praised for the things that I'd done well, such as following conventions, indie conventions. Therefore, knowing these opinions before I decide to make the production and the final cut will save you time, money and effort, and will reduce the risk of producing something that your target audience wouldn't want. This can also be in relation to record labels, as they spend a lot of money and time and effort with a variety of people to produce the music video, so it's important to know if it's something that your audience want to see before you actually put it out there.